What's going on, y'all? This be your boy, Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Mess, where we talk about celebrity gossip, hot topics, and all things reality TV based. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday, and I intend on doing the exact same. What's going on, you guys? Now, before we get into today's mess, let's talk about what we got coming up on the horizon. Now, as you guys already know, every Thursday is normally Roasted Review Day, but because there is no Love and Hip Hop Atlanta episode airing tonight on MTV, there won't be a roast and review. So we will be back next week on giving you the Real Tease platform to discuss next week's episode. But make sure you guys tune in this Friday at 7:15 p.m. Central Time, 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time, as Scotty, JoJo, T, Maddie, and Jamar come together to talk about, movies, music, stuff that's going on in the blogs, and also all things gay. All right. So make sure you guys tune in for all of that and more. Okay. So with that being said, that's pretty much all we got for the church announcement. So let's go ahead and get into the mess. Now, everybody knows that this has been a hot topic on the internet for the last couple of days, and that is Miss Shirley Strawberry and Steve Harvey and his wife, honey. Now, apparently there was some jailhouse phone calls between Shirley and her husband that was leaked, where she spoke about Steve Harvey and his wife. Okay. Now, first of all, they addressed everything on the Strawberry Letter on the Steve Harvey show yesterday. I was at work, so I didn't get a chance to report on it. So I'm a day late. I know y'all done heard Mims, y'all done heard Jamie, y'all done heard Storm, y'all done heard just about everybody already. So y'all hearing me, honey. All right. So with that being stated, we're about to go ahead and get into this. Now, this article comes from Hot 97, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read this article, and then we're gonna play them airing it all out on the show and stuff like that yesterday. So basically, this is how the story goes. It goes like this. Now, Shirley Strawberry, she was apologizing after a phone conversation between her and her estranged husband was leaked online. While talking to her husband, Ernest Williams, who is currently incarcerated, Shirley reportedly discussed Steve Harvey's wife in her home life. She basically said that Steve Harvey's wife has her own spa, her own workout room. She can go in there and get massages every day. People come to her house and work her out and all of that. And I was like, oh my God, what a dream. Williams then asked her if she looks old, in which Strawberry responded with that she hasn't seen her lately, but she's looking good in her pictures. So when she was asked if the wife was there, when she was visiting the house, she explained, no, she's not there. And if she was, we probably wouldn't have been all over the house. He's scared. I knew I wasn't supposed to be in there, but he brought us in. He was happy to see us. He always invites us over, and we don't never go because I don't know if she's there. She's no, she looks at us as the help. It is what it is. Okay. So then when she said all of that, Steve Harvey and Shirley addressed the rumors on their radio show, the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Shirley apologized for her comments and says that it was just her running her mouth and what she thought was a private conversation and not trying to add to what Steve and his wife are already going through. Steve addresses Shirley's comments. He says that we live in a social media climate and everybody's idea is to tear someone down for clicks. Okay. And then he won't be adding on to to tearing Shirley down. All right. So we're about to go ahead and listen to um all this stuff. We're gonna get into it all. And just give me 1 second because I don't because wait a minute, because I had everything on up here. But let me just give me 1 second, and we're gonna get right on into it. All right. All right. So what we're gonna do now that I got it all, we're going to start off with the Strawberry Letter, where Shirley apologized and speaks on her estranged husband while they were on the show. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get into that. Let's take a listen at that. Let's listen.
Well, Steve, the time has come, so let's just get to it. We're going to address what's been trending.
Well, here's the deal. We decided to just address it since it's out there. It's one thing when we're dealing with gossip, rumor, and hearsay. That's one thing. I've dealt with this for years. But when it's not gossip and it comes from, a reliable source, then it turns into something different. And so, you know, all of this trending stuff and all this here. And so after some deliberation, we got together. Now, here's the deal about this strawberry letter. I have no idea what Shirley's going to say. I told Shirley that it was up to her how she wanted to address it. You know, I did go along with this as an idea. I'm not saying I didn't do that, because we talked about it as a radio family and decided this may be the best way. You know, because it's no longer rumor. It's not gossip or anything. You know, this is something that's really touching us all right now. And so, yeah, this is a strawberry letter. And like, you know, I was, you know, being sarcastic when I did the tease last week. The strawberry letter is, I didn't know, the subject was, I didn't know I was going to be my own letter. You know, and which is true. Now, oftentimes I joke about it because some of these letters sound like I was in it, but this one is. And so today, the way I'm going to do it, Shirley, I'm going to just let you talk.
Okay.
I think to me, I think it's up to you to be as honest or revealing as you choose to be. You know, we can talk about as much of it as you like, but I think it's an opportunity for you to say what you want to say and share your feelings on it, and then we'll have an exchange about it.
Okay. All right, Steve, I'm going to just start by saying that my estranged husband is in jail. He's been in jail for over a year, since about right after the 4th of July of 2022. And recently, some phone calls from last year between he and I were leaked. And on those calls, you hear me saying you were winded going up the stairs at your home. And Marjorie looks at us as the help. And right here and now, I want to apologize to you and Marjorie for what I said. As much as I wish I could, I can't take it back. I can't. I said it, and you know, I want to apologize. It was definitely not me trying to add to what you and Marjorie already have going on in your lives right now. But the fact that these tapes were released, it does seem like everyone is coming for you, I should say, at this time, including me. But in reality, the tapes have nothing to do with what you and Marjorie have going on. It was just me running my mouth in a private conversation, or what I thought was a private conversation. And again, I apologize. I feel terrible. I make no excuses. You know, I said what I said, and there's no denying it. There's no taking it back. Back then, when the phone calls happened, I was trying to stand by my man, be supportive wife, you know. I've been married to this man for 8 years. I had no idea that all this was going on with him. I had no idea. And the charges that he's facing are horrific. They are really bad. I for sure did not want your name mentioned in any kind of way associated with my mess. So I had to call you. I had to tell you. It was a hard call for me to make. But I called you. And I want to clear something up, Steve. You did not introduce me to him. I met him through a friend. I should say an ex-friend now. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. I had to tell you, he was in jail. It was going to come out. I didn't want you to hear it from anyone else. I wanted you to hear it from me, because I knew once the police and everyone, got involved, and they were already involved, and they found out who his wife was and who she worked with and all of that, and that's you, Steve Harvey, it would become, a real big story, because it's your name. And like I told you, Steve, when I called you, I didn't want to call you. I mean, I was embarrassed. I was hurt. I felt so stupid, and, I felt betrayed, humiliated. It was just terrible. I mean, I kept saying to myself, how is this my life? Police and jail and all of this. it was just something that I didn't, I'd never experienced anything like this. The police came, they took my car. I was at the salon getting my hair done. They rolled up, took my car. I had to have my stylist take me home. I had to move in with friends. I lost my house. I lost everything. Oh, and I have to tell you this too. Like on the day, July 4th, we were having dinner with friends and we were going to watch the fireworks after that. And so the fireworks didn't happen that night because it was like a terrible, terrible storm. So the fireworks got canceled. And when I look back, I see now that that was kind of a metaphor for what was about to happen in my life. The thunderstorms were coming. They were coming. The next day was the last time I saw him. He was arrested the very, very next day. I didn't even know he was arrested. I couldn't get in touch with him later that day. Well, I'll tell you the rest later, how I got the phone call from jail and all of that. But we'll be back at 23 minutes after the hour with this live strawberry letter.
Hey, did you know Amazon had a website for Black businesses? That's right, BlackOwnedAmazon.com. If you're Black, show you're Black. Shop Black. Every single product on BlackOwnedAmazon.com. Be sure to.
I'm not going to interrupt it at this point. Sure.
It sounds like Miss Strawberry was very humiliated by the phone call. She thought that she was having a private conversation with her husband, as we already, stated in this article, and she never meant for any of it to come public. But because it is out here and the people are talking about it, they have to address it, as humiliating as it may be. So we're gonna go ahead and continue on with what they were saying. I don't know where the hell that Amazon ad came from, child. Let's get into it.
Shirley was going over some of the key points about how she discovered the actions of her husband, the date that she discovered it. She's apologized for the things that were said about myself and Marjorie in the letter. I'm not responding right now. I'm allowing her to tell her story. I think it's important that a person tells their side of it because, like I said earlier, this is no longer hearsay. This is not gossip or rumor. This is real life. So, Shirley, you can continue.
All right. So I was telling you how I found out that he was in jail. I got a call from the jail and, I didn't answer it because I'm like, who would be calling me from jail? I looked at my phone like, jail? Where'd this call? It just didn't compute. So I just ignored it. But he got word to me through one of his friends. They texted me that he was at Fulton County Jail. So the next time he called, I picked up, and that was him that had called earlier from jail. And he told me what happened. I thought he would be getting out in a couple of days because that's what he told me. But of course, here we are a year later, those days turned into weeks, the weeks turned into months. And like I said, this is just on and on. Every day is just something. And my life has just been a nightmare ever since. And it's still going on, Steve. I mean, I had no idea that those tapes would be released to the world. I knew that they were being recorded, but I didn't know that they were going to go out to the world. I mean, I was just trying to make conversation with him, trying to, just get him to think about something other than where he was. I was telling him about my day, this particular day, and that was the day we were talking about, on the phone when I said those things about you and the things that you heard and the world heard. And cut to today, I haven't spoken to him in quite some time. Divorce proceedings are underway. And Steve, at this point, all I could say is what I have is my faith. If it wasn't for God, I probably would have, lost my mind or something in this instance. People don't see what happens when these mics go off. Who wants their personal stuff, their private conversations to go out to public? No one wants that. I mean, what could I say to you after this, happened, I was devastated. I mean, absolutely devastated. I mean, I thought of everything. I could lose my job. How could I face you? Everything. What I'm going through is what I'm going through, and I've been going through it for over a year. I just haven't spoken about it. Then on top of all that, these tapes come out and I'm talking about you and Marjorie, and you guys are going through your own private hell right now. You didn't need me to contribute to anything, and I thought back, because I knew I had to say something, speak on. You created this term years ago in Los Angeles called reality radio. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is about as real as it gets,
Sure.
And the reason I'm here before you now, I wanted to say it live on the radio, is because your name is in it. We've been friends for a long time, Steve, and these jail calls were made public, and I wanted to give you and Marjorie a public apology and to ask for your forgiveness publicly. I just wanted to have a real moment with you. And, I have to tell you, I've been coming to work every day because, it's my only safe haven right now. It gave me a place where I could still be myself and forget my troubles for a little while, and just, do my job. I want to thank you guys. I want to thank you, of course, Steve, Tommy, Junior, and of course, my girl Carla, for the space and the grace that you guys have shown me. This is a very difficult time in my life, is if you can imagine. I love you guys. We're family, and I thank you. And I just want to thank everyone. I'm just trying to live. I'm sorry for what you and your wife are going through right now in your life. And I hate your names were dragged into my drama because you certainly don't deserve it. That's it.
Well, Shirley, let me say this. First of all, what's happening to me and Marjorie, I'm going to address that. But let me say this, though. The devil is busy. The devil is busy. And the devil don't come for those he got. He sends those that he has. So now, with all that's going on around us right now, what I do understand, though, see, this jailhouse conversation you had was last year in October 2022. But the devil know how to pile on at the right time. So this tape that was made in October 2022 gets released right on the heels of all of this to just pile on some more. And I guess you say, it was recorded because, when everybody get that phone call, who ain't had that phone call? Fulton County, we please know yourself phone call. This phone call is being recorded. We come back, we'll address some more.
Hey, did you know Amazon had a website for Black businesses? That's right, blackownedamazon.com. It will donate, show you never.
So many things to go, addressing it all. Now, I don't want to spend too much time on the recap because we got so many things to go over. But if you've been listening, you've been listening. If you haven't, then you just got to get brought up to speed. We're on the iHeart app. You can play it all day long. You can hear this whole interview. Shirley opened up with the apology to me and my wife. And I wanted to make you all aware of the timing of it. My wife and me, we've been getting beat up for the past 2 weeks. But when something like this happens, our motto has always been to never address bloggers.
Right.
And we don't give it no room or steam.
No life.
No, nothing. Because we know who we are and we know whose we are. And so we don't address bloggers. When this came out, it's a little bit different because it's not gossip, rumor, or malicious lie. It came from the inside circle. Because we're inside circle. We are family. And so when it came out, Marjorie is on baby watch right now. We got another grandchild coming, and the baby's due any minute, so Marjorie's over there on baby watch. She's just doing grandmama duties. And Marjorie don't really get into all this right here. And so I didn't really, look, I'm so used to getting beat up, but I didn't know how Marjorie was feeling about everything that's out there. Because these bottom feeders are just beating my wife up. And even though we've made a conscious effort and we said we're not going to address it, I'm tired of it. And so when this came out, this how the devil worked. I'm going to pile it on. I'm going to go get somebody that worked for me. Because one more time, God don't come, the devil don't come for those he got. He sends the ones he has. So now I'm going to get me a government employee that needs some money, that work at Fulton County. I'm going to get a hold of him. I'm going to release these tapes. I'm going to get him to need a little bit of money. I'm going to give it to this female blogger, and she going to get a little bit of money, and now I'm going to soak them. But the timing of it was ugly because of everything else that's going on right now. And it made it look like Shirley was piling on. And that wasn't her intent, but it happened. Like I say, I understand. The part I'm coming with now is because it's been so ugly for my wife, man. And see, this is what I've never done before. It's been so ugly for my wife. And I've stood there trying not to say nothing, but I'm not a blog. We, me, Shirley, Carla, Tommy, Mississippi Jr., we ain't a blog. We're a real media platform. And I don't know if you all know what it's like to wake up every morning that we get up, and our job and mission is to brighten your day. And it don't matter how dark our day is. We got the job to be the morning show. And we got to put on the show. And Tommy come in here with Junior come in here off of crisis with sickle cell. Tommy come in here with bad news. Tommy get hit with cancer. Shirley going through her life right here. Carla got a whole family over here. Everybody got crosses to bear. But we got to come in here anyway, and we got to be the morning show. In spite of what's happening in our life, when it ain't funny or fun or inspirational or motivational or informative at all, we just in here trying to make it. So I get it. So what I'm about to do now is clear up a few things. And you know, the comment that came out, it was untimely. You know, but that's why we don't have people in our house. That's why that's why a whole lot of stuff we don't do. But when I come back, we'll be back, and my fat wheezing ass will straighten all this out.
Stop. I said I was sorry. I
just want to be clear about that. I just want my fat.
Okay, so that is a whole lot. Okay, now at this particular point, Steve is now about to address everything that people have been saying about Marjorie. Okay, because she has been in the blogs quite a bit, and they have been dragging the hell out of her in the public. So now we're about to go into the things that he wants to address in regards to people saying that Marjorie was accused of ruining his previous marriages and stuff like that. So that's the next thing that he's about to address. So we're about to get into that next. Let's get into it, y'all.
Lying about my girl. Quit talking about she was in my other marriage and ruined it. She didn't. My marriage, I got divorced in 2005. But in 2005, let me hip you to something. I had nothing. I lost the radio show we were on in LA on March 23rd, and I lost the only TV show I had May 10th. I mean, May 23rd, I lost the radio show, and May 10th, I lost the TV show. Steve Harvey had no money. Out with Marjorie again, New Year's Eve, met her, talked to her. She was with her kids in Hawaii. We got together in 2006. We had nothing. When I asked her to marry me at the end of 2006, and then she said she wanted to get married in 2007, I told her too soon. I got to get some stuff together. We got married in 2007. Do you know what I was doing in 2007? Nothing. We had four stations in 2005. 4. We built this. All of us built this. We had 4 stations. We turned this into something. But that woman got down in that foxhole with me and turned this into something. In 2007, we got married. In 2008, we found out that somebody had stolen 7 years of my tax returns. I ain't gonna mention no name. And we owed the government $22 million and we in debt. But then guess what? She stayed with me in that. Then guess what? In 2009, I got Family Feud. In 2009, the book came out. In 2012, the talk show came out. I'm telling you, this woman got in the hole and built this with me. She didn't steal nothing. And I'm tired of y'all talking about my girl. Because my girl is one of the best women I've ever met. And why you black ass people out there like you just gonna destroy somebody, I don't really know what that's about. But don't worry about it because it ain't working. Because all we are now, we are a tighter two-handed circle. Thank you for doing that. And you're not gonna split us up. And we're not going nowhere. And she is none of what you said she is. And she the best chick I know. And y'all out there just lying about my girl. Quit talking about she was in my other marriage and ruined it. She didn't. My marriage, I got divorced.
Okay, so that was Steve Harvey going off about Marjorie being accused of ruining his previous marriages and all that stuff. So I think that's all that we needed to address here. So what I'm gonna say is you know, that was a whole lot. That was a big scandal. Okay. I will say that I do think that Shirley Strawberry was very apologetic. I think that she was actually sincere. I think that she was genuine. I do think that she's devastated. I think that she's embarrassed. I think that she's ashamed about everything that has happened. She did not expect it to go in the way that it did. And she owned up to her mistake. You know what I mean? She owned up to it. Some people will not own up to their mistakes. Some people would sit up, they would rather pretend like everything is kosher and everything is cool when they know that it's not, or pretend like they didn't do nothing wrong, or pretend like they're very positive, or not really positive, but pretend like they're very much so innocent in the situation, and they're not. So she apologized, and I could give her all of that. She definitely apologized, and she showed that she was a stand-up woman. Because a lot of people aren't stand up, and they're not gonna stand up for anything. They'll fall for anything, but won't stand up for nothing. So I could definitely give her kudos on that. And she just need to keep her head up and just not really worry about the noise that's outside, because the people gonna say whatever they want to say. You know what I mean? That's what the people gonna do. The people gonna say whatever they want to say. The people are gonna talk as much as they want to. So that's just that. You know what I'm saying? As far as Steve Harvey is concerned, like I said before, we can't get mad at the man for standing up for his wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, people have been coming for his wife. They make his wife seem like she a mob wife or something. Like they do. Like, they've been coming for that lady for some time now. You know what I mean? And you know, I mean, most black men don't stand up for their women the way that he stood up for his. And all I can say is that I appreciate seeing him stand up for his woman the way that he did. He let the people know what was true and what wasn't. He let the people know that y'all not gonna keep on ragging on my wife, okay? And he let the people know that he gonna stick by his wife regardless of what nobody got to say about it. You know what I mean? That's something that Ralph Pittman should learn. You should learn how to stand up for your damn wife, okay? And I like the way that they all addressed whatever issues that they had. They didn't allow the public and everybody else to come between whatever it is that they got going on or anything like that. So I for one appreciate the way that they addressed everything. I do love the way that they addressed it. Real talk, I loved it. We should see more conflict resolution like that. I think they know that I think they know what it is, but not Steve coming for the bloggers and all this other stuff. But this ain't nothing new. The people do look down on the bloggers. They do make it seem like we ain't shit. They do. And I ain't surprised. That's just what they do. They make it seem like we ain't shit and that we don't amount to nothing. Okay, because we do what we do, and we a real media platform. We a real media platform. All that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't feel no way about that, because that's just what comes on with it. But Uncle Steve came out and said what he had to say and did what he had to do. And I'm here for it all. But I want to know what you guys think, because I know I'm like damn near 24 hours late with this story, but your boy had to work. So I would have been live like everybody else, but I couldn't. But with that being said, y'all, this be your boy Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. If you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. With that being said, you guys, your boys up out here until my next video. I will talk to you guys a little bit later, and I will leave you with a promo for my upcoming chasing panel, which will be starting this fall. I'm your boy Scotty, and I'm out here. Till next time. Bye.